Now, how do you name these ions? Name of ionic compounds. Name of ionic compounds. Okay, how do you name these compounds? First of all, the basic rule is that you name the cation first and then you name the anion. Okay, so for example, if you had something like this, magnesium chloride, okay, what is the cation? The metal will be the cation and non-metal will be the anion. So magnesium chloride. Now, if you notice, I am not really insisting on the fact that there are two chlorines here, because in ionic compounds we do not use the word di, tri, etc. So in ionic compounds, even if you have a 2, that doesn't matter. You just name the cation first and then you name the anion, and then for the anion, some anions have "-ide", some anions have "-ite", and I'll tell you how the difference comes in the next couple of slides. Okay, so basic rule, name the cation first and then the anion. Now, how many types of ions do you have? There are two types, cations and anions. There is one more classification. There are monoatomic ions and then there are polyatomic ions. What do we mean by this? Monoatomic means there is only one atom. For example, Cl-1 or O2-, right? There is only one atom of chlorine, one atom of oxygen. Those are monoatomic. What about polyatomic? Polyatomic ions have more than one. For example, SO4-2-. This is a sulfate ion. Okay? Polyatomic ions have more than one atom in them. So again, there are some polyatomic cations, there are some polyatomic anions, and there is a list of polyatomic ions, and I will give that to you as a slide on D12. So when you name the cation or anion, think about this. If you had two compounds like this, remember, we would not write the words di, tri, etc., right, in ionic compounds. So what would this be? Iron chloride. So which one would be iron chloride? This one or this one? Right? So in this case, go back and think about what I told you about charges on the ions. Remember, iron belongs to a D block element. Iron belongs to the D block. So it's a D block metal. So this can form +2 and +3. And if you look at the compound, you can tell that this is a +2. How can you tell that iron is a +2? Think about this. Chlorine, we know, is -1. Right? And if iron is a +2, we need 2 chlorines for the chemical combination. So FeCl2. So from here, you need to go back and conclude that iron is a +2. So what would be the name of this compound? Iron 2 chloride. If this was FeCl3, then it would be iron 3 chloride. We will practice on writing names of compounds in one of the classes.